Are you craving your favorite Italian pasta but too tired to leave the house? Well, I'm here to show you how we can do that with ingredients already in your own kitchen. Let's get started. The first step when cooking any dish is to have a sterile work environment. So we're going to go ahead and clean off our countertop here and make sure this is all disinfected. Oh, this looks great. And we're going to go over here, make sure to remove any jewelry that you have, and make sure your hands are nice and clean. So we're going to start off with two very basic ingredients. We have just your basic all-purpose flour and eggs. In this case, these were grown from my parents' chickens. Nice and fresh. For our next step, we're going to need a measuring cup and a fork. So we're going to start off by measuring 2 cups of all-purpose flour, and you don't have to be exact here. You've got a little room to recover later on. We're going to take our 2 cups and then use the fork to make a nice big well in the middle. You want to build up your sides just a little bit. Just like this. The next, we're going to take our eggs and crack them right into the middle of the well. Now we're going to take our fork and start working the egg into the side walls of flour. You want to start here by breaking up the yolks of the egg and kind of working them with the flour that's underneath it. You can spread your... Doesn't have to look clean, but slowly just work the side walls in and start making a dough. Okay, so as you can see here, we're starting to form a nice ball of dough. Now, when you go to touch it, if it sticks to your fingers, if you've got a little bit of stick here, you're going to want to add just a little more flour. And we're going to keep using our fork to work it in until it's firm but not sticky. Now that our dough has started to firm, we're going to want to knead by hand. Now if you have an automatic mixer with a dough hook, this would shorten the process, but you're going to knead the dough and pushing it in and back out for about 8 to 10 minutes. Oh, you're still here? I've been kneading for about 8 to 10 minutes. And as you can see, I'm starting to get a nice solid ball here that's no longer sticking to my hands and is holding a nice firm shape. So we're going to let this sit and let the gluten form even more, and let's go set up some of our equipment. Now the next thing we'll need is our handy pasta maker. As you can see here, it has several different settings right here. You can adjust the width of this right here where we will be feeding our pasta through. Now if you don't have one of these, a rolling pin and a knife will work just fine, but for the sake of this video, I'm going to show you how to use a pasta machine. You take it here, and you take your clamp and plug it right in here, and make sure it gets nice and tight on the edge of your countertop. And then you take your crank here and plug it right in. Now we're going to be able to make some pasta. Now for the sake of this video, I'm going to use an extra pair of hands, but this can be done just fine with one person. So we're going to take our dough here and rip off a nice, a big chunk, and we're going to put it through the first flattening rollers on their biggest setting. So we're gonna take it right here, and as I crank, we're gonna have it pulled right out down here. So you see, as the first time it goes through, it still needs a little work. So we're gonna take it and fold it back up and put it right on top. And what we're doing here is creating a nice thick sheet of pasta. So we're gonna add a little more and run it through. Now when you come out, you're gonna have some holes and tears. The easiest way to fix this is to just go ahead and fold it back over, and then we feed it back through. And when you come out, you've got a nice, long, good looking sheet of pasta. Now that we have a pasta, we want to go to cutting it. Right here we have two settings, a fettuccine or angel hair. I prefer a thin noodle, so let's go with the angel hair setting. And we'll start feeding it right through here. As you can see, we get a nice, fine, thin noodle right here. Alright. So as you're taking your pasta out of the machine, you need to find something to hang and dry it on. So this looks like a good length here, and we'll pull it. And I have a nice little, they call it a pasta tree here, to go ahead and dry it all on. You see, that's a nice thin. Oh, go ahead and finish this out. Firm noodle here. Alright, so as you can see, we've completed our tree here. Also went ahead and made a little fettuccine as well. Gonna let this dry for about 30 minutes to an hour. While we're waiting for this to dry, let's kind of recap some of the things we've gone over. We disinfected our work area. We got our fresh ingredients, made the well with the flour, made our dough, let our dough sit. Then we put our dough through the pasta maker, and we now have it on the tree. I'll see y'all in about an hour, and then we can get cooking. As you can see, our water's coming to a boil here. As we hit this point, we're going to take a little bit of salt and salt our water. This will bring out some of the natural flavor in the pasta. Now as our water is coming to a boil, this is also a time to prepare some of your equipment. We're going to need a strainer, a wooden spoon, and it's also good to have a little cracked pepper and olive oil handy as well. So when our water is at a full boil, we're going to go ahead and add our strainer, and then add a little bit of the pasta in right here. Now for the first 2 minutes, you're going to want to make sure to keep it nice and stirred up so that the pasta doesn't stick together. We're going to do this for a total. So we're going to want to keep this pasta separated, and we're going to boil for about 10 minutes. Our pasta's looking good. Pull a little piece out and try it. Ooh. Nice and al dente. Let's take this over to the sink. We're going to take our pasta here, strain it out. And place it in our bowl. Go ahead and add a little cracked pepper, got a little Italian seasoning here, and just a little bit light drizzle of olive oil. And now you can use anything you like here, classic tomato sauce, Alfredo. For the purpose of this video, we're going to just go nice and light, and let's try it out. Roll it up. Here we go. Bravo! So today you've learned how to make your pasta dough, create your noodle, cook your noodle, and even a nice light recipe. So next time you're at the house and don't want to get out and have a little free time, maybe try and make your own pasta. It's fun and simple, and have a good time with it.